What's going on, guys? Welcome to another one of Black Iron's battles. Today we've got something really cool for you. So this is the round one of Shadow Online Gaming's YouTubers tournament. So he's got a bunch of different YouTubers. Some of them are solo solo campaign players. We've got some multiplayer guys, all sorts of different names. And so we went ahead and picked different races. So we were only allowed to use each race once. We had to pick out our races ahead of time. So my game one is actually against Turin. So we were on the excavation site, and against Turin, I brought my Greenskins, and he 100% knew it. He told me after the battle, I was talking with him, he told me he knew everyone was going to pick their favorite faction against him, so he knew I was going to take the Greenskins. And so Turin is sitting across from me with a nasty Vampire Counts army. So if you just go ahead and take a look at what I've brought here, I tried to kind of counterpick what he would typically think, but I don't know how well it's going to work out. So we'll take a look, man. This is round one of Shadow Online Gaming's tournament. Go ahead and check out Shadow Online Gaming's channel. He's got all the games going on. He's got all the different brackets. He's got all the information up on there, trailers and lots of cool stuff. So check it out if you want to see more information about the tournament. And I'll be having a different game up from the tournament every day. We have played the group round out already, and we're getting ready for the second part of the tournament here. So here in the front, we've got three groups of Savage Orcs, which with their high melee attack and their weapon strength, I figured it would be really good for cleaning out vampire chaff units. So skeletons, stuff like that, those Savage Orcs, I'll have no problem dealing with them. Here in the back, we've got a ton of Orc Biggins. So we've actually, I think, got 6 groups of Orc Biggins. So I was really thinking that any cavalry he decided to bring, anything like that, we do have a ton of anti-large now. The Orc Biggins, normally their big problem is they don't have shields, and so they'll have a hard time with ranged units, but since the vampires don't have any, we decided to do that. And those Orc Biggins I was hoping would do really well. Now of course, if you had a ton of Graveguard with great weapons, that would cause me some trouble. Over here on the left flank, you'll see we do have the Goblin Big Boss on top of the spider there, and he is ready for action. I mean, I bring him every time, no matter what. He's just a great duelist, and with that poison and everything, he's just so vital. The Greenskins have a hard time with leadership already. Now, the controversial pick, I don't think I should have brought this in hindsight. We've got the Hammer of Gork, that Goblin Rock Lobber. And I brought that to kind of try to deal with infantry. We've also got 2 groups of nasty skulkers over here. Got those little goblins there with that armor piercing, so I'm hoping that we can use them to catch some cavalry. Here in the back, we've got Mogreb's Mangy Marauders for their armor piercing missile attacks, as well as the Rusty Arrows for their armor sundering missile attacks. So these 2 units grouped up for a pretty cheap cost can do be a pretty effective ranged option. I probably should have brought a few more maybe some, in hindsight, maybe some Orc Airboys or something like that, some Savage Orc Airboys who can take care of themselves. But you know, hindsight's 2020. So we've also got this Orc Shaman here, and you can see we've got Fist of Gork. We've got Here We Go, we've got Foot of Gork, and we're ready to do some stomping. I mean, so against the vampires, you always think they may bring some ethereal units, so you've always got to have Fist of Gork. Ever since they buffed it, you know, it can add magic damage to a whole group of units, so it's really helpful. So, and against some Hex Wraiths, you'll be able to use that Foot of Gork as well, just to take out a whole group if you catch them right. We've also got the Orc Warboss here, and that's you know, I was trying to cheap it out. I went with the Orc Warboss on top of his Warboar. So as you see, he's got 70 armor, 450 armor piercing. He's, you know, pretty strong. You know, look at that. I mean, he's not bad, but he's going to be easy to snipe out. So if we take a look here at Turin's army, this is the nasty army he brought here. He's got 1 Terrorgeist up in the air here and 2 Terrorgeists over here. So he's got 2 Terrorgeists. He does have 2 groups of Fellbats as well. And those Fellbats, those guys do pretty well. They have that 44 melee defense. You can also see here that we've got the Manfred von Karstein, and he is up on top of that Hellsteed. So he's going to be super fast. See there, his speed is 105, and he's got a bunch of spells. Of course, he's got all of the spells that Manfred's got to offer: Raise the Dead, Invocation. He's got Faded Buna, Spirit Leech. He's got the Sword of Unholy Power to get extra winds of magic. So he is just nasty, man. He's got a ton of stuff going on. So besides that, here in the back, you can see there is a group of skeleton spearmen. He does have a couple of graveguard here, 2 group with great weapons. One of them being the Sternsmen, who have just tons of regeneration, really strong units. And he's also got the Claw and the Gash with its, death dealing aura, healing aura. It kills enemies, heals foes, slows everyone. It's just really great. Here in the front, we've also got a bunch of zombies, and that kind of just rounds it off. So let's go ahead and see round 1 of Shadow Online Gaming's tournament. And it's me versus Turin. Let's go ahead and check it out, man. Thank you guys all so much for watching and supporting. So you see here the orcs are going to be charging in. You can see them coming in here. Oh, man. And they're ready for action. I've got so many orcs. But at the same time, I'm a little bit worried. You see how many of these large units there are. And I don't have any halberds. So you see here he's got those terror guys, and there's a blast coming in, and it just nails my shaman. So besides that, I don't think we're going to get too much damage on this terror guys, but we are going to start taking some shots. You can see we did manage to dodge it with the war boss, so he barely took any damage. It's still a couple hundred though. And now those fell bats are kind of flying into place. You can see, oh, I missed these two. I missed them in the game, and I missed them. I've those dire wolves coming right in the back, kind of just smacking into Rusty Airs there. But we are able to get some orc biggins out, and we're charging in as also. So you're gonna see here these savage orcs getting right here into these zombies. But the Sternsmen and those graveguard with great weapons are right in the back, starting to support them. And the Claw and the Gash is already going to be draining the health from these savage orcs. So they'll slowly be getting drained, and over time, even though the Savage Orcs are able to beat out zombies, they're not able to beat out the Graveguard, and the draining will really, really hurt them. Here in the back, you see we are able to kill those dire wolves. He's not without taking major damage to the Rusty Airs, though, and the Rusty Airs are a little bit more expensive. Over here on the left, you can see that Goblin Big Boss got caught out by the Terrorgeist, and he's covered fell bats on top of him, 2 Terrorgeists, and he is just taken right off the field. He's routed off, and I've done a good amount of damage to Manfred, though, so this is getting crazy all over the place. Here in the back, we've managed to secure our Hammer of Gork. We're coming back in here with all of our units. We've got 1 group of Biggins and 2 groups of nasty Skulkers here. You see zombies taking shots from Mogrubs, and that's kind of wasted on my behalf. Here in the front, you can see here that let's just slow it down for a second. This is such a quick battle. I mean, everything is happening at once. Here in the front, you can see we've taken down the zombies, but the Savage Orcs have taken a good amount of damage. You can see here in the back that the Claw of Nagash is going to just keep draining the health off my units. Even these zombies, even though they're down, they're gonna continue to gain health. We're engaged here with the Biggins, but none of those Graveguard, if you can see, the Sternsmen are still maxed out on health. These Graveguard and great weapons at back haven't really taken much damage. And so it's pretty much even here on the front line. Even though we have killed some of those Fellbats, we did lose our Goblin Big Boss. Over here on the right, the Hammer of Gork is about to take a heavy hit from Manfred, and let's go ahead and get it started. And now that we've kind of figured out what's going on, so you see here this group of zombies is going to get on top of this Hammer of Gork, and that'll actually tie it up for long enough. I think the Hammer of Gork, the crew will do some damage, but at the same time, that'll tie it up, and it's still not going to be shooting into this massive vampire troops like I'd want. Here in the back, you'll see that the Terrorgeist was able to catch and we killed the Orc Shaman. He goes down next, and he is just slowly sniping out my leadership. Although I am getting in here, I've killed all of the zombies pretty much. I am starting to do some good damage to the Graveguard over here on the side. But at the same time, there is nothing I can do about this massive Hero Hunter squad. So you see these 2 terror guys coming in here. Now they're going to try to take out this Orc War Boss. And at the same time, he's being slowed by this Claw and the Gash, and he's going to have some real trouble. Look at his speed down to 25. So he is just really going to have a hard time getting out of there. At the same time, we've got these Savage Orcs being routed off. In the back, though, the Hammer of Gork, you see, is also taking down those zombies only to half health, so that summon was so worth it. I mean, for just a little bit of Winds of Magic, he was able to just take such an expensive unit off the field. I really wish I was kind of watching it. You see the balance of power is now starting to turn into Turin's favor, although my front line of Black Orcs, or Biggins, sorry, is actually cutting through whatever's up here. You can see they're anti-large. We've got Mogrubs, and we've got the Rusty Airs back on track. Over here, you can see all these zombies are gone. You see the Claw of Nagash is almost down. It's taking some heavy hits. We do have our Goblin Big Boss back in action, who's doing some good damage. And I'm trying to take this Claw on the gas down. It's down to 1,000 health. There's some zombies charging in, more summon zombies. And oh, there goes the Claw on the gas. So I'm feeling pretty good right now. We're moving back towards 50-50. And Turin has still got these healthy Terrorgeist. Boom, there comes one Terrorgeist breath. Oh man, that is so nasty. So you see there that that Orc Warboss takes the brunt of that hit. He's down to 900 health, but he's breaking and he's doing okay. He's going to get out of there and hopefully he'll come back for a little bit later in the battle. Here in the front, you can see these Orc Biggins. I mean, there's still some Graveguard left. Oh, there's a huge breath attack coming in that nails those Biggins, and that is going to bring their leadership down pretty heavily. At the same time, they would have, I think, if that wasn't for that, they would have taken out those Stearnsmen, but this is pretty much it. Those big Terrorgeists, I wasn't really able to take them out. We've got some Savage Orcs and different units coming back in, but this left flank is now collapsed. These Orc Biggins are going out. And even though we do have a good healthy pocket of units right here, you can see over here that he just he just used Manfred to kind of chase down, kill my Orc Warboss. His dead corpses right here next to his War Pig. And without any leadership left on the field, that is pretty much it. I wasn't able to stop those two. Look at that, Manfred and those two healthy Terrorgeists right there on the field. Even all of those Biggins with their anti-large, they were just not able to just protect me. I wish there was something I could have done. I was not prepared for that. Either way, so round 1 of Shadow's tournament goes down with a loss. The Greenskins, like always, if you decapitate the head of the snake, and Turin always knows that. Cousin Croc here always knows, so he was ready. He brought Manfred. He brought those two Terrorgeists. I mean, we were able to kill the Fellbats, the Direwolves. I killed the Claw and the Gash. I felt really good about that. We had a lot of these units down, but I mean, he was able to summon a ton of zombies. You can see here, look, we got a lot of kills, actually. Surprising amount of kills, the Savage Orcs. But, you know, we didn't do the Hammer of Gork, really, but it wasn't very good against what he had here. I probably could have done a little bit better, you know, with a different group of units. Maybe some more Savage Orc Airboys or something like that. You know, but at the same time, you know, we did the best we could. We got 100 kills here, 100 kills here. Lots of kills across the board. You saw the nasty Skulkers were protecting that Hammer of Gork for quite a while. They were able to kind of push some units back, but at the end of the day, that hero snipe was strong with this one. Turin, you can see on his army, the Graveguard with great weapons did really well, as did the Stearnsmen. I mean, 100 kills each on them. You got a bunch of kills, just all the health of that Terrorgeist. I mean, this is nasty. Look at those Stearnsmen. I mean, even though we were able to kind of take some units out, these big boys were just still rared for action, and I don't know what I could have done to kind of stop that. Maybe if I had, you know, if I had Wurzag or something, I could have stomped them down, and I'd had the Broken Tusk Mob with their anti-large attacks to surround them. That's what I would have done better, I think. If I could have replaced this Hammer of Gork with and maybe dropped a group of Biggins, gotten the Broken Tusk Mob, and maybe Wurzag, Effigy of the Git would have been able to kind of trap down some of these units, surround them with the anti-large, and take them down that way. You know, but who knows? You know, hindsight's always 20/20. I want to thank you guys all so much for watching. Check out, there's a lot more battles coming. I'm going to be having one from this tournament every single day this week. So check them out. Please come back, subscribe below, tell your friends. I'm making that push for 1,000 subscribers. I want to hit that milestone in my YouTube career here. So if you guys, you know, if you guys got a couple of accounts, subscribe all of them, man. Subscribe your girlfriend, subscribe your mama. Come check me out, guys. Thanks so much for watching. This is Black Iron, and this has been another one of Black Iron's Battles.